Hi, I'm Kim Izzarelli, and this is Insights with Kim Izzarelli. Sharon Irving's 20-year-old son has developmental disabilities, but he did not want to be on the receiving end of charity all the time. So in 2010, his mom, Sharon, took notice of this and that there were many people in the special needs community that felt the same way as they did, and they wanted to give back. In her words, they need self-respect and self-esteem, just like everybody else on the planet. Sharon went on to start the Rotary Community Corps of Keon, a vocational center for adults with special needs, and immediately 25 people signed up. Wonderful. RCC of Keon promotes volunteerism among the developmentally disabled community, and it is in nearby Peak School?
Yes, it is.
Right here. Disabled volunteers plan service activities at the food pantry. They have a dog rescue facility and some other locations, and they elect their own officers. Each is paired with a mentor, and they select their own projects. Just wonderful, wonderful story to tell. Sharon, I'm so glad that you could be here today with us to tell us about it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. So, I think this is one of the only Rotary of its type in the country or the world?
It's the first one for special needs adults in the world. There are now some in Hong Kong and some more hopefully starting in the States. I do a lot of speeches and go around promoting it. It started when the people at Keon wanted to do some volunteer work, and it's very hard when you're a special needs person to even get any acknowledgement of your abilities. People just see your disabilities. So I went to the person who was then the district governor, George Camp, since I had been very involved in Rotary for many years, and said, how do we get these people involved? We have a high school program, we have a program for young adults from 18 to 30. We have different programs through Rotary, but we have nothing for people of various ages. Everything seems to be age-oriented. So after being in Rotary for 15 years, George said to me, why don't you look into a Rotary Community Corps? And unfortunately, I had to stand there and say, I've been in Rotary for a long time. I have no clue what you're talking about. And George said, well, like any other good teacher would say, go look it up. So I did some research on the internet, and it turned out that Rotary did have a place for people who don't necessarily have the finances, the time, and the other things it takes to become involved in Rotary proper as a Rotarian. But they did have a Rotary Community Corps. It had started in third world countries where they would go into a village, put in a well, and they needed a way to sustain the well, but nobody in the community had any real wealth. So they couldn't join Rotary, but they needed people to keep this well working. So they started forming what they called Rotary Community Corps. And now it is a way of us getting anyone in the community involved. A Rotary Community Corps could be made up of at-risk youth, it could be made up of senior citizens. And we looked at it and kind of thought out of the box and said, well, this will work. You know, there's no age limits, there's no financial requirement, there's no time requirement. It works for the people in special needs. So we approached Keon and Bill Melville down there, who is the director. We asked him if we could do this type of organization or club at his facility, and he did extend not only his blessing, but he gave us a place to meet every first and third Tuesday of the month at 10:30 in the morning. We started out with about 25. We have grown to over 40, and there's more coming every week. We've actually run into standing room only at meetings. We don't have enough chairs in the room we use. But it's been a wonderful experience. The adults involved are fabulous. They feel like they're part of the community. They feel like they're able to do things. And as I told them last week at the meeting, I can't express how proud I am because so many people are involved with their lives. They either don't have a chance to volunteer or never think of it. These are people who deal with problems on a daily basis, are very misunderstood, very often not acknowledged or recognized for anything. And here they are. They did car washes, they've done a bake sale, they've done the spaghetti dinner. They do a lot for the community here. They have donated to St. Jude's Hospital one year. They sent $1,000 they raised. They sent $500 to a special needs children's center in Namibia, Africa last year. They helped the veterans at the VA hospital and also Operation Homefront. They've done a lot of things in the community, and they really should be very proud of themselves. They've accomplished a lot.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful for them to feel productive.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what they need. We all need to feel that we've accomplished something, that we're contributing, that we have pride, self-esteem. It gives us all those things that everybody in the world needs, whether you're a special needs adult or anybody else. We need it, we do it, and now they have an avenue to work through to do it, and it's just fabulous to watch them.
Now, through some of these projects, it's probably an opportunity to build a skill.
It is a skill. They serve at the Salvation Army in Peekskill on Thursdays each week. A few of them go down there, and they serve. While they're there, they get to make conversation, but they also learn the skill of what to put on the tray, how to present it to somebody, where to put it. They set up the spots before people arrive, and they do the cleanup. And it gives them some much-needed socialization.
Yeah.
Special needs adults, as a rule, don't drive, so they're very limited in social interactions. And they love people. They love to be talked to. They love to talk. They have opinions. We have Yankee fans who would do nothing but sit and talk to you about the Yankees all day. So it's a great experience for them.
So in addition to the vocational part of it, there's
It's
the
a
interpersonal
very important
skill building.
A lot of people don't know how to approach a special needs person.
Yeah.
I find that people think, well, they don't know what to say to them. The reality is, I talk to them just like I talk to you, Kim, and that's the way you need to talk to them is, hello, how you doing? That's it. It works.
Okay. Tell us about the spaghetti dinner that's coming up.
The spaghetti dinner is an annual event. It is the 3rd annual one this year. They have decided to put the proceeds to the Norwest Regional Special Services, and that's an organization here locally, another not-for-profit, that provides some, again, socialization. They have a bowling team, they have a swimming team, they go to the movies. They do things for special needs adults, and they include transportation a lot of time, which again is a key issue if you have a major disability.
Very good. And when are the dates?
Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, I'm not plugging this very well.
Shout out here.
It is Friday, March 8th.
Okay.
It is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have spaghettis and meatballs. We also have vegetarian marinara sauce and butter with spaghetti, just in case, because some people do not eat meatballs. So we have all kinds of spaghetti that evening. They will be doing the serving, they will be doing the setup, the cleanup, everything involved. They'll be there. They would love to meet you, and they would enjoy the time.
Oh, and some contact info if someone wants to get in touch with you.
Okay, anybody can call the Rotary Club of Cortland Manor's phone number, which is 914-293-0710, and get directions to the Keon Center on John Walsh Boulevard in Peekskill.
That's 2 John Walsh Boulevard.
Right, it's 2 John Walsh Boulevard. It'll only be $12 for each adult and $6 for every child 12 and under.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So I digress a second. When I first met you, you gave me a lot of insight about issues that special needs children who become adults, who want to live in a sort of a semi-independent situation. There's some challenges there here in Westchester, and I was just wondering if you could share some of that with our viewers and what you see as an ideal, or what would be helpful to have in our community.
There is, I'm going through it right now. My son Douglas has turned 21 in January, and he is at the point where you age out of the educational component for a special needs person and you become a special needs adult. He's been at a vocational location at a special school. up in Monticello for the past 12 years, and he now needs to relocate because that is an educational facility. So the challenges of finding someplace that suit Doug's skills are very difficult. You and I grew up, we went to school, we chose our careers, we chose where we wanted to live. Special needs people are not in that position. They often don't get to choose even the community or the town they live in. They have to go where there is an availability at a group home. And as far as a work program, because they do still want to do something, they don't want to sit in front of TVs, there's not a lot of work opportunities. We need to try to increase the openings in various employment categories for the special needs people. They have skills, they can use them, but there isn't always a match that works for them. My son, for example, is not one who can sit at a chair. He needs to be very active. He's currently very involved in a farming program. He works on the farm, he harvests eggs, he weighs them, he sorts them, he puts them in boxes, they label the boxes. He comes home and looks in my refrigerator and goes, at every egg, no cracks. Checks my eggs too. But there isn't any chicken farm around for him to now go to. There isn't really a farm for him to work at. Farming's not on the increase in the United States, unfortunately, anyway, so it's kind of hard, but we need more work opportunities for people like Doug who can't necessarily sit and only do a job sitting. He's someone who needs to be out and physically active.
Mm-hmm. So there's the challenge of the work opportunity. There's the challenge of the housing situation, because although he may not need to still live with you, he needs to be in some type of supervisory environment with others. And does he drive or no?
No.
Okay, so getting from A to B to C, and of course having mom in his life is important too, so you don't want to be too far away. So those are sort of a lot of ducks to line up.
There are a lot of things to line up, and there are very few opportunities. It's a very difficult transition period, I think, for any family. I know for me it's been very, very difficult. Doug's dad has been as upset as I've been with the lack of opportunities for Doug to stay being productive and happy. And right now he's a very functioning, productive member of society. If he gets put in a program where he's put in a chair for 6 or 8 hours, I think maybe some of the very bad behaviors that we had originally with him are going to resurface. He's going to be frustrated. And it's hard to explain to somebody who functions at about 3 or 4 years old, even though he's physically 21, that the state has no other options for you. That's not a sentence he would understand.
That's right.
You know.
So this is your opportunity to advocate for him and others. This tape could go on YouTube, and someone might see that has a work opportunity that fits for him. So
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
We're still struggling with it, so hopefully we're going to find a resolution that works for Doug.
Good, good. Tell me about some of the other projects going on at Keon and what you have coming up for the year.
Okay. While I was doing some research for this show, oddly enough, I happened to be looking around Rotary International's website, and I didn't realize that they had done a brand new brochure for the Rotary Community Corps. They published this in, I want to say 15 or 16 languages. It'll be translated. Wow. And it's about Rotary Community Corps and how they work, and it's distributed internationally. I opened it and found, to my surprise, the Rotary Corps from Keon is now featured in it. It is the first one of its kind, as I said, in the world. It's been featured here for special needs adults. And our Rotary Club, which is the Rotary Club of Cortland Manor, is one of 33,000 clubs in the world to be featured in this brochure this year. So it's really quite an honor to be included. And I haven't even shown it to the people at Keon yet. So I can't wait to see Philip's face when he sees his picture in a brochure that's going all over the world.
Right. And that's available online as well.
It is
too,
available
right?
online at Rotary.org. If you look up
Okay.
Rotary Community Corps brochure, you will find that on there.
Okay, so when I post this show to YouTube, I'll be sure to put a link
Okay, that
to
would
that
be
brochure, and people can go there to get more information. Now, in terms of marketing or communicating and spreading the word, what are some of the tools that you have to do that?
Well, we have our Facebook page, Rotary. We have two Facebook pages, Rotary of Cortland Manor, and we also have the RCC of Keon on Facebook, and we use that pretty extensively. We post on there a lot. We've been very lucky. We get a lot of publicity within the district here, from Rotary itself and from Rotary International. We've been very fortunate. We had a feature article on myself in the Rotarian magazine back in June, which gave us a lot of people coming to me asking me, how can you start a Rotary Community Corps? It's a great idea. So we've had a lot of help from the district, from the zone, and from Rotary International themselves. They want to see this go on. They want to see more special needs people be able to shine, be able to wow you with their abilities. So they're very supportive of all of this. And one of the Rotary International directors, actually Ken Grabeau, has done a great deal to promote this all over the world. They had me go to Thailand last year to present it.
Wow.
So
good. Now, is there an e-marketing or an e-newsletter or newsletter that people can subscribe to get more information?
Other than being a friend on Facebook, I think that's probably the quickest way for this Rotary Corps.
Okay.
Rotary does have things about other community corps online that they could see if they ever wanted to start one of a different kind. As I said, it could qualify for seniors, it could qualify for youth at risk or any other group in a community. Doesn't have to be special needs. That just happens to be the love, my love, because of my son and our connection.
Now I see you're in another newsletter here. Where's that from?
This is our district newsletter. Our club is very active in the special needs world. This is an article that for $1 a month, our club, every one of our members, and the Putnam Valley Rotary Club has pledged $1 a month for the next year to go to a special needs children's center in Namibia, Africa. It's the same one that the Rotary Club of Keon, the community corps down there, sent a large donation to this year, and our club donated. But they have no monthly budget. So we decided if we all chipped in $1 a month, and we're asking other Rotarians, and this is this month's district newsletter, and it does have all the information on it. It is posted at district7230.org online. So that's another way we get things through, is the district newsletter.
So you're sustaining that project?
Yeah, we're trying to sustain that one. We've also, our Rotary Club has also remodeled an orphanage in the Philippines for special needs children. That's kind of been the thing we've become known for in Rotary. Some clubs are known for doing water projects. Some clubs are known for educational products. Special needs seems to be the place where we really have fit in and made a difference in the world. And that's what we wanted to do when we started the club 3 years ago.
That's great. Well, I love the whole concept. I love the idea. I was fortunate to be a guest at one of your meetings, so
yes, and
I got the full treatment and really enjoyed that. I even got to pull the number that
for
which
Cortland
was quite
Cash.
That's right. So tell me just a little bit more about some of the philosophy behind Rotary in itself. There's sort of a custom, if you go anywhere in the world, that I think is quite interesting. What is that?
Well, we're international citizens, and at this point are global citizens, you may say.
We all are, aren't we?
We all are. The world has shrunk. The electronics and the communication in the world is so much easier. I always wear, when I'm doing anything for Rotary, this crystal medallion that came from Brazil. I went to Brazil a number of years ago, and actually I'm an honorary member at the Rotary Club of Atibaia Estancia outside of São Paulo in Brazil. We go all over the world. We have international conventions. I've been at Rotarians' homes, numbers of them in Brazil. I was invited to Finland by another group. We travel a lot. We go to other Rotary meetings because there's always something you can learn from what a club is doing. Different clubs do different things, and some we've adopted as our own, some we haven't. Rotary's logo or motto is service above self. So everything we try to do to help other people. And by visiting internationally or even nationally or locally, we get ideas on how we can help the communities be better, whether it be locally, globally, or nationally.
I've heard the meeting is similar and almost...
Well, you know, Rotary clubs are, I want to almost say, different flavors. They're all ice cream, but they're all a little bit different. Things we do at our club maybe don't happen at another club. We do, for example, happy dollars at the end of the meeting for good things that happen to you during the week or things you want to celebrate or to honor somebody. Other clubs maybe do fines because you changed your hair color or you showed up in flats instead of heels today. You shaved off your mustache. Okay. Different clubs work differently. They're all basically the same. They all do the Pledge of Allegiance. We all, you know, have business going on. We very often have speakers. We do a lot of fundraisers. There's a lot similar, but there's also a different twist on each one, I guess you'd say. But it's always great to visit.
I found, I attended a meeting in Briarcliff, and a lot of the members there are sole practitioners or independent business people, and this is their time to, you know, take some time out of the office, come in, have lunch together, have the camaraderie, support each other as a community, but also support the community of the larger world, looking out for others. So I was really, really impressed with the group's philosophy, and I think it's important, it really is. You have a friend everywhere in the world almost.
Yes, you do. You end up with friends around the globe. The other thing that I wear when I do Rotary is this little necklace, which came from a lady in the Philippines who's a very good friend of mine. I have friends all over the world through Rotary, and it's been wonderful to understand other cultures. It does promote peace through service, which is what Rotary's motto is for this year. You get to understand people, you understand different points of view, different perspectives. Not everyone thinks alike, and a lot of times that's what causes conflict. But if you can discuss it in a very non-threatening manner to anybody, a lot of conflict resolution can really be gone by the time the conversation is over. You understand somebody else's feelings and why they feel that way and how it affects their lives directly. It's different. It gives you a good perspective on the world. You have more in common than you thought, and you share similar issues. Absolutely. Right. Good. And we do an evening club. Oh, really? We don't do a lunch. We do an evening. Well, Rotary started out as almost all afternoon clubs. Some businessmen, however, as the economy got a little bit tighter and things, felt that they didn't want to leave their businesses during the day or didn't really have the time to do that or anybody to cover for them. So we developed a club that meets on Tuesday evenings at 6:30. Okay. And actually, at lunchtime, you'll probably agree, after the meeting's over, they all run out. At our meeting, everybody hangs and talks, so it's a little bit more social, I guess, in some ways. But we do an evening meeting, which has worked well for our club. And if someone wanted to take part or join that, how would they get involved with that? They could contact me at 914-293-0710 at any time, and I'll be sure to help them join the Rotary. Good. Well, I attended that meeting as well. We hope to see you back someday. Of course. So, anything you want to add about your aspirations for Keon, and where do you see it going? I see it being one of the most productive non-for-profits in the area. They're working hard. They come up with their own ideas. I don't tell them what to do. I'm there merely as an advisor from the Rotary Club because they are a sponsored Rotary Community Corps. They have to have a parent Rotary club.
Right.
They're very excited. They have a lot of ideas. They want to do all kinds of things. So I can see them accomplishing great things in the area and donating major amount of money to a lot of places that really could use them.
Just amazing, amazing. I'm proud of Douglas. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of the group. And any way that that any of you want to help out and get involved, please do. Why don't you just one more time give the terms for this dinner, because I'm starting to get hungry.
Friday, March 8th at the Keon Center down on 2 John Walsh Boulevard. Come and join us for spaghetti dinner from 6 to 9 p.m. We will be there. It's only $12 for adults, $6 for children under 12, and you'll have a great time. You'll meet some wonderful people that are working very hard to raise money this year for the Northwest Regional Special Services. Thank you.
Very good, very good. Well, Sharon, I want to thank you so much for coming on today. Just wonderful. It's great to meet you, see you, and
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I really have enjoyed myself.
Good. Again. All right, thank you, and we'll see you next week on Insights with Kim Izzarelli. Thank you for tuning in.